Good evening. I went over here to Table Mountain, located in Cape Town, South Africa, where I used to do a lot of documenting. I happen to believe that Table Mountain is one of the largest, if not the largest, alien bases on Earth. It's also the location of Earth's um, chakra, is what it is. So we're going to look at that live webcam is what we're going to do. And I'm going to come over here. I'm going to pull this up. You won't see me on this. I can't really flip the screen when I'm looking at this. I hope you can hear me because you can see at the top of this mountain, that's not clouds. It is a massive ship cloaked in the clouds. And what's interesting about Table Mountain, these ships, they come in the clouds and they hover and kind of rest and linger over the top of that mountain. And it's like it's an interdimensional portal that opens up and the mountain transforms, and at times you can see straight through those clouds and you can see the mountain transforming. It looks like on the end of this thing, and I'm not joking right now, on the very end of this mountain over to the other side of the screen, that looks like one of those enormous reptilian heads that I've documented in the sky. I only caught it one time when I worked a second shift. It was over the buildings and it was just a great big head, but it had the reptile features, the, like, you know how a reptile would look, and its mouth was jagged like that on the very edge. That's kind of what that looks like to me. Now, it may not be that, but on top of that mountain, there is a massive ship. It's interdimensional. It has landed. You can see the arches. We're going to go to it, you all. Hello, the Rapper Books, honey. Hello, everyone. I hope you can hear me. I'm going to try not to come out of this screen because I've got this on a window capture to where we can it's going to capture anything I go to, is what I think it's going to do. I just want to come over here to this part right here. I want to see if we can see at the end. Well, we can barely see at the end of this. Let's see if it switched me over on the window capture. I don't think it did, but it might have. Okay, so I was looking at this area right here. This is what I think looks like a large reptilian head with the eyes, but it may not be, because one that I seen over the building had a shape like this. Its eyes were back on the side and it had jagged teeth. It's what it had for its mouth, was a jagged mouth. I know it looks a little dark. I don't know if I can brighten it up any. I can see if I can a tad bit. You all, this is the mountain. You can see on top of the mountain it is a ship that is cloaked in the clouds, and this is the area I'm talking about right here, like a reptilian head, just a head with jagged teeth. It may not be that, but this right here, this is cloaked. It's a massive ship sitting on top of the mountain right there is what it is. So I'm going to come back over here to that right there. I'm going to come right here. I'm going to put it on just me, and we're going to look at this. Is it too dark on your end? If this right here image is too dark, when we hit the play button, I can try to lighten it up some. I think I've already tried to lighten it up a tad bit, but I want to try to see if we can keep the details to it. I'll open it. I'll lighten it up a tad bit more. Right there you are. I think it's about as good as I can get it right here. The Renaissance Garden. Hello. So we're going to go and we're going to push the play button as we come over here. Let's see what time it is at Table Mountain. I'm going to push the play button, and it's on the 14th. It's July the 14th, 2022 at 16:16:16 is where we're starting. And let me see if I can, perhaps I can slow it down to normal is what I can do, and put this to here, slowed it down to normal, so you can see it, how it transforms up there in the sky, right on top that mountain. It's interdimensional. It's cloaked in the clouds. Hello. And if it's going too slow for you, I don't know how long this this ship lingers over on the mountain. I normally watch it at 2 times the speed, because these ships that are cloaked in the clouds, they hover over it a long time, but we can let it set there until it's off that mountain, if that's all right. Oh, wow, Liz Bauer. Yeah. So you can see and watch it. See the different openings and stuff that's in it. Hello. Look at the top of that. Look at the top of the mountain. It literally looks like a building up there. It's not a cloud poking out of that cloud. It's not just an extension of the cloud. It literally is a structure cloaked in the clouds at Table Mountain. I know the water is pixelated. It looks the way it looks, but I'm trying to get the ship decloaked from the clouds with this studio to see if we can see through the cloud cover. Yeah. There are people there in Cape Town who have seen UFOs around Table Mountain. There's tunnels and stuff under that mountain. There's a great big cave. There's caves. There's entrances to some of the caves. They got these great big metal hooks, like embedded into the cave floor, with great big chains on them for some reason. Hello there, Susan. Good morning. Good night. Noah's Ark in Turkey. That mountain, in some of the videos that I've done, it literally transforms. There's parts of the mountain that open up. And inside that mountain at times, I've seen like 2 gigantic beings inside that mountain, the silhouettes of them. See, the ship is just sitting there. It's massive. The Titans. The Pyrenees have a weird history, a craft that can, a craft from long ago. Yeah. We can hit the 2 times the speed if you want. If it's going too slow for you. You want me to do that, Applebrooks, honey? Should we go 2 times the speed? Because I don't know how long this cloud is going to hover here on this mountain, cloaked with that ship. Okay, we can do it 2 times the speed. I'm gonna come over here. We're going to do 2 times the speed. You can see what it looks like normal. Well, no, you can't because, well, you can if you, no, you can't. You're looking at this right here. We've sped it up to 2 times the speed because I don't want to sit here all night. Watch this ship on the mountain. They eventually leave the mountain. And so it's at 16. It's around 4 something in the afternoon, and it is like an interdimensional ship. See that like opening at the end? It's like in a circle. It's like an enormous being is looking out. It's turning its head like that, looking out, and they do that. If you've seen them in the clouds, it's like a rectangular looking clouds at times. I've documented them in Clarksville, Indiana. I got a really good image of one of them. Long rectangular cloud, and inside there are like massive heads. That's all you see is like massive heads. And you know, it could be massive round pod ships. That's what it could be also inside there, like little pod ships. Instead of heads, pod ship sounds better. Look at that edge of that mountain over here. It's like white hanging down. I can't use my cursor on here because it doesn't show up. Since this is on the OBS studio and I'm streaming directly off the window capture on there, I'm not going to be able to show anything. Only way I could probably do it is if I made myself bigger, since I am kind of transparent on here. I'm a little bit transparent, tad bit. Look at like let me see, right over there, that white thing. That's not normal. That's not a normal cloud. It's not. And up there above it on the top of the mountain, the lines that go straight across, that's ships. It's like a ship, a massive ship. And it could very well be a whole bunch of ships that are layered one upon the other also to combine to make one great big ship. But you can see by the structure here, that's not normal clouds at all. It's not, you all. It's something much greater happening. And that's a sacred mountain. It's very sacred. Some people say that it was a tree that was cut down, which is kind of sad if you think about it. A cut down tree, that is kind of sad. A cut down tree. I know it's not nice to say at all. See, look at that round thing right here on the side. You can see it like right there. I don't think that's normal either. Susan, honey, no, it's not. Look up there at that top, solid white. That is a ship that literally came out of the cloud. And there's beings on top. They're dark. It's like a dark areas. It's just sitting there. This is their live webcam, and I don't know what time it is. They're probably around 5 in the afternoon before the sun goes down. Oh, they cut down all the trees to heaven. Yeah. It's just like when these big ships, clouds, ships that are cloaked in the clouds, how you see them, they're smooth, and they rest on top of the volcanoes. They rest upon the mountains, like the Mount Shasta, and all these other mountains. And they're very beautiful. And they gave them a different name because they said, oh, well, they're just a certain type of a cloud, but they're not. They're ships, and they literally layer themselves. There's like massive disc shape ships up there too. Look at that, you all. No, see now over there at the edge, no. Mm-mm. That is definitely a ship, and it's doing something over there. Parts of that ship is transforming. It's a solid white, and it's got straight edges on it. Even up there at the top, there are straight edges, and you can see straight through that cloaking, the clouds that are cloaking, because it's like a thin layer, is what it is. It's like seeing through the veil. Although if they don't want you to see anything, you're not going to see anything. They're not going. They won't let you. Yeah, I'm gonna get a drink of water. I'm gonna step right away. I'm gonna take my bottle of water and I'm gonna get me a sip of water because I'm kind of thirsty up here. You just wait right there and watch it. That was Whoa! Look at that little ship up there at the top, you all. See how it's going down like this at an angle? Also, there really is. And here's what I think happens. You know how they have a hologram? Well, of course, you all know about Project Bluebeam, holograms and stuff. They could literally project a hologram over the side of the mountain, like they're doing right now, park their massive ships there with the hologram to make it look exactly like the mountain, and then behind it, boom, they're doing their thing. Whatever it is they're doing, they're doing something within the mountain. Look at the edge of it over here too. I don't know how tall, I mean, or how long Table Mountain is, but that is the length of this massive ship. That's the length of it. And the colors are changing too on it. It changed like to a purple up there at the top, you all. Um, Now you can see it. It's like a dome shape up there, kind of like, look at that. That's not normal cloud up there. It's solid, solid, um, because it's a solid structure. And if you're just tuning in, we're going 2 times the speed, and this is pre-recorded, but it's from their live webcam at Table Mountain, located in Cape Town, South Africa. Today, it's probably around I don't know, probably maybe 6 something now at by this time inside the mountain. Look at the lines going across. Did you see them? They went straight across all the way. That's like decks. Decks of that massive, massive ship. That this is fascinating, you all. It really is. Um, it's so fascinating to look at. And if you see my eyes go like to this side of the screen over here, it's because my camera's pointing in a different direction. When my eyes go to this whatever side I'm facing directly in the center, it makes me look like I'm looking off to the side, but I'm looking. Whoa! Look down here below, right there. Did you just see some more of it? At the lower part of the mountain, get myself out of the way. You let me shrink myself down and get myself out of the way, because at the lower part of the mountain, there's something going on down there too. And look at the lines going straight down from the top part of the mountain. They're going down into the mountain. See those lines in the middle of the mountain? That's where they're opening up. I don't think it's just a normal mountain. I think it's a massive complex. I think it's the largest, excuse me, I think it's the largest alien base, extraterrestrial, interdimensional base on Earth. At least that can be viewed with a live webcam. We need a lot of help. Look at that, you all. It has not moved. Let me peek over here and see what time it is right now at this. It's saying that it's 16:42:53. Can you see it? 16:42:53. Wow. And those ships are cream-colored ships. They're probably white ships. Excuse me, white ships, you all. It's almost 3 a.m. over there, yes. And if you're there and you're looking at that mountain, I don't think you can see through the clouds. I'm sure there's somebody there that has the gift of seeing, that literally can see right into that, right through the cloaking. My voice is trying to go, you all. It is. My voice is trying to go. Wow. Excuse me. You see it? There is no camera. There is a camera on the other side of the mountain, I think, in a different location. But there's 2 cameras down that I used to go to. One camera is up, but 2 cameras are now down. I haven't been over here in a long time. Look at this structure, like right there. Let's see if I can point to it, like right there. You see it down there? Right there, it's a ship. And that one way up there on this side over here, I'm gonna put myself over here where it's at. This one right here, that's like right over there. That's not moving, that's a ship. I'm gonna put myself right here over top of it. It's right over my head, that's a ship. Right there, it's massive. There's one right here above my head too, but this one right here is staying put. I'll look at that column right above my head, and then look at these 2, you all. There is something going on. Something massive taking place. And you can see down below me, it looks like the sun is, there's red down below. Let me get myself out of the way if I can. No, that's me. It's red on my floor, maybe. No, but this is wild. It is so wild. Wait a minute. Gina, did you push the play button? No, it's still going, you all. I didn't touch it. I thought, did I pause it? But I did not pause it at all. I didn't. It's still playing. So we're good. The water's still moving. It just transformed. Oh my gosh, you all, look at the transformation that's taking place. All over that mountain and around it. See that opening in the mountain? Like some kind of a cylinder went in there, and I don't have a pointer to go over there. Only thing I could do is just drag my picture on this screen, you all. But this is undeniable what we're looking at, because it's not just clouds. It's something much, much greater and much more real showing up. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Let me put myself right here above my head. You see that small thing? That's inside the mountain. It's opened up and it's going in the mountain. Look at the structures right here. This is like parts of the ship is literally transforming above my head, and here and over here. They're not just clouds at all. It's like they parked, like you park your car in a parking lot or something like that. They parked their ships at that mountain because that mountain is a massive base. That one part keeps opening up. They had that little bitty cylinder like opening, like boom. Look, it's buildings. It looks like buildings over there, you all. It looks like buildings right above my head. Does that not look like buildings above my head? I'm going to put myself back over here. That's right. It's prime parking spot is what it is. I can see the beings are on top of it. The cloud has the black tips. The beings, that is the beings, the black tips that you see, and you often see them in the clouds too. On lots of webcams, like if you ever see like a black lining all around the clouds, like little bitty dots, that's them, right there. They're in the clouds, and that's how they travel. But they're totally shape-shifting. Their ship is totally transforming. They're constantly like evolving and changing their shape, their structures, but yet they're staying in one spot right here. Yeah. And we're going at 2 times the speed, and that cloud, they're still parked there on top of the mountain. These straight edges over there. Sometimes at the observatories, when I went over there tonight in their fast webcam at the Canada, Hawaii, France telescope, where you can see above the clouds, you can see their well, they have sometimes they have the long black stringy ships that just flow right across there, and a lot of times they have these also, and you can see the black tips of their ships as they go across really fast too, because they got it warp speed. What are they doing in there, you all? They're sitting there a long, long time. If the whole mountain is a ship, Rita, honey, that's a good question. It really is. I think it's, just like on Star Trek with the holodeck. They can go to the holodeck. Like Jean-Luc Picard went to the holodeck, and he took like a month-long vacation and spent time with this woman on there, and he needed to rest and relax, so he went there. And but it was so real. How could that be? Really, how can that be? Isn't that strange? I know what happens with this, you all. I think I do. I think I saw when I was streaming through this. Further on in the video, part of that ship, it goes like, let me put my hand like this. It goes this way. It comes off the mountain and goes this way. It's poking out part of it right now. A darker, like a part of it is poking out. I don't know if we'd be able to see this with this type of filtering on it from this right here. But when you hover over it on the real thing, that's what you can see. That right there. I'm giving myself a hot flash. It is. It's getting hot in here. Look at it changing on the edge over here. It's like it's coming together more like that. Kind of think like it was in the beginning. Yeah. Let me come over to the real live webcam of it. It's 1407. Y'all, let me copy this and put this here in the thing while you're watching right here. This live cams, because people do ask, Gina, where's it at? It's right there. Close that out. I'm going to put it right here too in the live chat. It probably will take it out, but let's go back to it. It's now 17:03, and the sun is kind of setting. Let me push it to just the screen. This is what it looks like normally. I cannot put it in the great big screen because I cannot capture it well enough, but this is what it looks like normally right here. So let me put this back to me. Let me come back to here so we can see. I've got this enlarged just to see what's happening inside that cloud, because they're waiting. See, this is what it is. They sit there on top of the mountain. They park there and they wait for the sun to come down from the sky into the horizon, and then they stay there. I'm thinking, because normally they will be sitting on top of that mountain and they stay there. When the sun goes down, the cameras go into night mode, and that is still on top of that mountain, is what it is. So I'm wondering if there's a massive ship also that comes down with the sun, and it probably rises above the sun in the morning. That's why they cover the sky so much. And then as it makes its way across, it's going to be the first thing that goes down before the sun, and that's why they like to cover it, gets it all red. They want to cover it as much as they can. Wow, look at that now. It's look like it's getting some action going over here. It's getting more straight. It's straighter there now. It is. It's just not moving. The whole time it's not moving. It's just sitting there waiting. And it's cloaked. I'm just documenting, is what I'm doing. Documenting the massive ship. It's an interdimensional ship. That looks like a massive door opened right there. You all look at, right, Gino. Look here on the side. That looked above my head like a massive door opened up right there, and right above my head, like my head's over it now. It was a perfect square that opened up, is what it was. Perfect. And they will do that. You can look up in the sky at times at some of the cloud structures up there, and you can see a perfect square opening in some of these clouds. It's because they're kind of decloaking at times, is what they're doing. And by the way, my knee's feeling really a whole lot better. Thank you all for sending positive thoughts and praying, because they feel a lot better now. It's like I'm almost completely healed, like I'm on a scale of 1 to 10, it's like a 2 now. It was like around a 7. And it's wonderful. It really is. And I'm being careful too. So look at this. It's still continually changing its shape. And if I was to, well, you won't see much of it, even if I get myself out of the way, because I've got that, I can go like this right here. You can see over here. This is the rest of it right here. You can see how bright it is. And that sun going down over here, it used to be when it would come down, you could see what looked like a great big red silhouette, but inside it was a ship, a great big massive ship is what it was. Oh wow, look up here, you all. So that's what it looks like. I've got it enlarged just to watch the transformation of that mountain right there, right on top of that mountain. Yeah. Wow, that's wonderful, Michelle Terry. It is. Soon it will be pretty dark on top of there. I'm trying to figure out, did a massive ship also come over top this right here one? Another like layer of a ship at the very tippy top. Because they can. With the sun going down, if that is their home base. What if it is? What if it is the home base of a lot of these ships? So look right there, beside there, look at that. How that shifted like that. And up there the other solid white. Yeah, what if this is their base? Now I have documented, I got a playlist called Table Mountain, South Africa on here. And I've caught the little bitty ships. They look kind of little, but I know they're not really little. They come flying across the sky, and they go down into this area by an apartment complex, down into a shaft into the ground. Because they got bases underground all throughout there. Y'all look at this transformation still happening at Table Mountain. Technology can see through it. Okay, so I'm thankful that we have this technology right here to see through that cloud structure. Y'all, it's probably too dark on you all now. Is that too dark for you all to see now? Because I got a big screen, and if you're looking on a smaller screen, it might be a little too dark for you all to see right now. Let me see if I can, see if I can brighten it up more. I think I can. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, I can like that. I don't want it to be there. Oh, it's fine. I made it lighter. Made myself lighter too. It may not be as easy to see now. It may have distorted it a whole lot. It probably did. It's okay, let me fix it. Fix it a tad bit, that's it. I think that's probably about all we're going to get to see in detail since the sun is going down over here. And I can, you can see it right here. The sun's going down right over here in that area. But they're still parked at the mountain, I guess, for the night. At times in some of the other live webcams that have a different view of the mountain, in the city you can see plasma ships, and they form like plasma webs and reach down into the electricity that is found in the lights, the high efficiency plasma lights. They harness, I think, the electricity. They ground themselves, and sometimes you can see blinking from them doing that. They're plasma like ships, and I don't know what they're doing. Well, yeah, I do. They're getting some energy and stuff. but you can see them at times there also on the ground in South Africa on the live webcams. So I think I am going to go, you all. I think we've seen about the most of it. Let's see what time it is now in South Africa. Yeah, this is the timestamp right now. It is 17:21 is what time it is, and you can see what the mountain looks like right here. If I push the screen, I can make it bigger. This is what the cloud looks like without any filtering on it. It's really beautiful there. It is. I'm sure it's hot, maybe, or cold. I forget what time of year it is there for them. But you can even see through here that it is a constant transforming. It's constantly shifting. You can see right here, there's something behind there that's cloaked in the clouds on top of the mountain. And it's totally transforming. You can see like a straight edge going down right through here from the massive ship that's on that mountain is what you can see. And over here on the side, the angles, it's all there, and the sun is like going down just like that. Let me put this back to me. Well, if I can. Gina, what are you doing? I'm going to put it back to me. Is what I'm going to do. Just like this. And yeah, it's like that. So I'm going to go. And thank you all so much for watching. I do like going over there when I think about it. And tonight I thought about it. I thought I want to go over to Table Mountain. I want to see if there's something going on. And there is. There's a massive ship parked on the top of the mountain. And it seems to be waiting for the sun to go down because that's where it stays. So thank you all for your comments, and thank you, moderators. So with that being said, hello wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, you all, and you can go check it out yourself at Table Mountain. You can still see there's stuff going on over there on the side. You see that over there? Right over there on the edge, there's still transforming that is taking place because their live webcam is still going. The sun hasn't went down. Even up here in the clouds, in the sky itself, they're cloaked in the blueness of the sky too, which is really interesting. It is. Have a wonderful evening, you all.